Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. I'm glad that you are able to join me for another video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. And if you are new, hit the subscription button so you know when I post videos. Hit the notifications button as well so you're notified when I post a new video. And let's get right into the video. So in today's video, I wanted to bring to you guys my overall thoughts of my wedding and how I personally believe how it went, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I would change. Actually, we just turned a month, so it's crazy how fast time goes by. But I definitely enjoyed my day. But I'm gonna just kind of hit some key points, things that I would change, and things that I like, the highlights. Also, just watch the whole video, guys, so you guys can see details about my dress, what it looked like, the details on the dress. I'll zoom in and everything for you guys to see what my dress looked like. And I'll also just be including videos and pictures and all that so you guys can get an idea of everything that I used that day for myself. So let's jump right in. So I have my notes here on my phone and I'll just be reading it off of here. And I'm just gonna have my dress hanging in the back to give ya wedding vibes. But yeah. So I'm gonna start off with sharing my experience on looking for my dress. It's funny because I thought that I'm kind of picky in general, but when it comes, I think, I've always thought, when my wedding comes, I feel like I'm gonna be the most pickiest girl because, you want everything to just turn out perfect. And I thought that I was gonna take really long on looking for a dress because, it's your dress, it's the dress. And I thought I was gonna take a really long time looking for it, but it's funny, guys, because, so I followed this boutique on Instagram and I found out that they were gonna have a sale, and it had already been proposed to, and I was like, you know what, it's perfect, okay, I'll go look. Our wedding, it wasn't coming up so soon. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just look at a couple of styles. I had a price range for my dress and I didn't really know the price range for dresses, wedding dresses in general. I know, it can be pretty expensive for a dress. So I had no idea, but I wanted to go look at this boutique as well if maybe I was gonna find my dress at a good price. And also as well to compare prices to my budget and if my budget was something realistic. So I went to this boutique and we were looking and looking and looking. I liked some styles. I did try on some dresses, like 2 or 3, but at the end of the day, I didn't end up liking the dresses, so I didn't choose any of those. And we had gone really early in the morning because I know, for sales and especially for, a bridal boutique, I was like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be very busy. So we went really early in the morning. I went with my sisters and a friend, and after we found nothing, we were there maybe for an hour, and after that I was like, let's just go to David's Bridal, we have nothing to lose, let's just go look. And it's always better, to be ahead of time to have my dress instead of just getting it last minute. So I went to David's Bridal and I looked at a couple of dresses, and as we were looking, my sisters and my friend, they were pointing out some dresses and I said, yeah, that's pretty. So I was trying on a couple, and then there was a dress that I loved how it looked. It just caught my eye and I liked it. And I was like, look, you guys, I like this dress and all that. And but I don't know, I guess we just kept looking. I didn't really grab it from the rack and said, I'm gonna try this one on. So we just kept looking, and then I found the dress again. I'm like, oh my gosh, this dress is so pretty. And then I told them again, and so at the end of the day, they're like, just try it on. You've told us a couple times that you like this dress. So I did. I ended up trying the dress, and it was, I think I tried on 2 or 3 dresses at David's Bridal, including the one that I chose. And I just remember when I came out, I absolutely loved my dress. I loved it. I loved all of the detail. I love the length. And for me, the most important part was definitely gonna be the train. I needed something long, I needed something elegant. That was just my whole vibe for my wedding. And that was the theme of my wedding, just an elegant wedding. So I wanted something long with a lot of sparkle and detail. So I found this dress and I was like, yes, I'm definitely, I just have to get it. And I was like, and my sisters and, you know, my friend, like, are you sure? They loved it as well. They said, yes, that's the one. But after, you know, going through the whole process of purchasing it, are you sure? Are you sure? And I just felt, yes, like I loved it. And like I said, I mean, I personally would have not, I mean, now looking at my dress and all that, I look at it, and even just filming today, you know, the details of my dress, and I'm just like falling in love with it all over again. And I'm like, oh, I want, you know, to have a wedding day, like just one more time. And if that's one advice, I don't know, I guess that I can give, is just go with your gut. Go, if you feel beautiful in the dress, if you feel like that's the one, go for it. So second, the alterations and the color and all of that of my dress. When I tried it on, it was a champagne ivory. And I was gonna go with that one. So I had ordered the size, I ordered the color, because, you know, that's the color I had tried on. So in my mindset, I was like, okay, you know, that color, champagne ivory. But the whole time, it took like 2 months or something like that to get to me. And the whole time, you know, that I was waiting for my dress to get here, I kept looking back at videos because, you know, my sisters recorded when I first tried on my dress and all of that. And I remember just looking through the photos and the videos that my sisters recorded, and I was like, is this the color I want to go with? You know, I wanted something white. That was my initial goal. White. I wasn't gonna have any other color but white. But I feel like I got so carried away by just loving the style of the dress, I guess, like the design and all of that, that I didn't really pay attention to the color. So then my dress got here and I was like, oh, I don't know, I was indecisive. I'm like, I don't know if I should try it on white. I don't know. And it's funny because my consultant, she was like, we have never ordered this dress in white. We have never ordered it in white. Every bride that has walked out with this dress, they have taken it in champagne ivory. She's like, even if you order it in white, it might take even more months because they have to make the whole dress. They don't just, you know, have the inventory, because their most selling ones are the champagne ivory. And she's like, let me show you some examples of two dresses together, a different style, two dresses together, a white one and then the champagne ivory color, but of course, you know, in a different it was a different dress. So she takes me to the back and she shows me, but before she took me to the back, she did tell me that she's like, usually we don't order white dresses because, and we tried to advise the brides, because she said, once I order a white dress and it gets here, I have a bride that says no, they don't want it, they want, you know, to go back to the original color. So she's like, I'm just gonna advise you that I personally feel, and I'm talking for her, I personally feel that the white washes out the detail of the color, and it does, in a way, when you look at it, changes a little bit the style of the dress compared to like a champagne ivory, so on and so forth. So she takes me to the back and she shows me the two dresses. One was, you know, completely white, a white dress, and the other one was like a champagne ivory. So she shows me them and I was like, are you sure these are the same dresses? And she goes, yeah, they're the same. She's like, that's exactly what I'm saying, that they look maybe not completely different, but they do look, if you look at them at first, they do look different, because white just washes out the design of the dress. If it has lace especially, like, it just washes it out. So she's like, so double think if you want to change it to white. And I asked her, I'm like, do you have anything in between, something that's not so dark? I think I have a video, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but if I do, I'll include it here. But if I don't, well, sorry, but just so you guys can kind of get a feeling of what I'm talking about. But comparing the dress to the white one, a huge difference. And I told her, okay, is there something in between? Is there something in between? Something not too white that it washes the color, but something that you can still see it. And that's what she told me. She's like, you know what, like we can do champagne, ivory white. So I said, okay, yeah. So she showed me a couple dresses, not the same style, not the same dress, but she showed me different styles that kind of had a little bit of the same detailing pattern. And so she showed me it, and I said, okay, you know, I think I feel comfortable with this. So at the end of the day, I ended up choosing ivory white, and when it came in, I absolutely loved it, and I'm so happy that I went with ivory white. But yeah, so that's on choosing the color of my dress. And when it came to alterations, I did take off the front, this whole part of the dress, as you guys can see, and later on you'll see a little more close up, but I did wear a strapless dress, so it did have a heart-shaped neckline, and then it had like a whole mesh of lace that covered all of my chest. I did have to, like, you know, put my arms through it, and then it covered like all of my back as well. So it was just covered everything, and the detailing on this lace, you guys, was beautiful. I loved it, but I really was stuck to having a strapless wedding dress. I wanted it strapless. I loved it and everything, but it's just the style that I wanted. And I had, you know, taken off the lace and tucked it into my dress, so I can kind of get an idea what it was gonna look like strapless. And without a doubt, I wanted to go with the strapless dress. So that's what I ended up altering. I hemmed it, you know, from the front. It was too long from the front. I touched nothing of the tail. I love the tail, loved the length, loved the detailing, loved absolutely everything. So I did not touch that. And then I just ended up adding like little elastics inside of like my dress. Like, just say this is the dress, like right in here on both sides, so that way, like inside my dress, I was gonna, you know, tie them like here in the back, like clip them on, so it can make my dress stay on, because I got a size 2, but it was still a little kind of drooping a little bit because my dress was so heavy, so I needed extra support. So I added the elastics inside so I can, you know, grab them from the back. But yeah, I also, at the bottom of my dress, to poof it up, I wanted a ball gown dress, because I wanted a ball gown dress. I'm just like that. That's what I was going for. I wanted something big, so I did ended up buying a hoop skirt as well to lift up the dress. And I'll be including videos, you guys, throughout this thing, so you guys can kind of see how big my dress ended up being, because the videos that I'm going to show you guys of the wedding dress, like up close and everything, it doesn't have anything under, doesn't have a hoop skirt or anything like that. So with the hoop skirt, once I put on the hoop skirt, it completely, it just fanned out my dress, that you were able to see more of the detail. But it's so big that I just didn't want to take it out. So I just kind of recorded it just like that. And oh my gosh, you guys. Now let's enter into maybe stuff I would have changed. I definitely would have picked it up more on trying to push for the alterations of my dress, although I don't know, I guess I think about it now, and it wasn't in my control. That was all David's bridal. I couldn't do anything about it. But I got my dress 2 or 3 days before my wedding. You guys can imagine, like, the last appointment that I went to was a week before the wedding, which I already knew. They told me, when the first appointment that I went to, they told me that I was gonna get it like a week before the wedding. So I had already prepared my mind that I was gonna get my dress that late. So I was fine with it. I had made peace with it in my mind. And so I get to my last appointment, which was supposed to be my pickup appointment. So I go, and the lady tells me, oh, you know, come and try it on and all of that. And when I pull it out of the bag, you know, they're bringing your dress, you change in the dresser. And when I pull it out of the bag, I see all in the, because, you know, I hemmed it from the front, it was too long, and had all these little needles through the front part. And I'm like, it's not ready. And she goes, no, I needed to confirm, because, you know, this and that and all that. And I was, honestly, I felt like I was really nice to her for being a bride that was gonna get married like in a week. And I was upset that I saw that my dress wasn't ready and I wasn't gonna leave with it. And I told her, you know, I don't mean to repeat myself, but this is the third appointment that I've been to and you guys keep asking me the same questions. I already told you what I wanted my dress to be. I already told you what I was gonna take out and what I was gonna add into the dress. So I honestly should not be repeating myself like a week before my wedding, and I'm leaving without it today. I'm like, you do know I get married in a week, right? She goes, sorry. But at the end of the day, you know, I wasn't able to leave with it, and in my mind I was like, you know, why am I gonna leave just dressed and stuff, you know? So I left the happiest that I could from there, and I just put in my mind, you know, just, you know, have faith and peace that everything's gonna be ready by the wedding. And then they're calling me and all that, and they told me that my dress was gonna be ready I think it was like 2 or 3 days before my wedding. So you guys can imagine how panicked I was of how I was gonna find my dress, but everything turned out perfect. When I went to go try it on, I loved how it looked, how it fit. Everything was perfect. Everything was perfect, so we're good with that. So I'm gonna jump into the things that I would change now knowing, you know, well, having gone through everything and just kind of meditating, I don't know, things that I would change. And to start off with the whole getting ready process and everything, I did not do a makeup test run on my makeup look. I did on my hair, but not on my makeup look. We actually just recently got our photos back from the wedding, and I don't have backflash. I don't look like a ghost, like I just have white under my eyes. Like it looks pretty good on the camera or the photos, but for me personally, my confidence was definitely not at 100% of how I've always done my makeup. You know, when I like how a look turns out and all of that, but this time for my wedding, I did not feel 100% confident, and it sucks. It sucks when you don't feel 100% like just, you know, like I like how I look. I did not feel like that. I loved my hair and, you know, everything, but just my makeup, I was just like, I wish I would have done a makeup test run. And by the time I was done getting ready and all of that, I was thinking about washing my face and redoing my makeup, because when I was looking at myself in the mirror and fixing the last things before the photographer got to my house, I, you know, was fixing up and all of that, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't really like how my makeup looks, and I was gonna wash it off, but it was too late to wash my face off because the photographers were like 10-15 minutes away, so I wasn't able to do anything about that. I didn't look horrible, but I also just, like I said, I just didn't feel 100% confident. So that advice that I can give is test out your makeup, your whole look together before your big day. And if I can change something about the actual like ceremony and the reception and all of that, honestly, you guys, I was thinking really hard about this. I'm like, okay, what I have changed? But you guys, honestly, I enjoyed it to the max. I danced, I took pictures, you know, with my friends, my family. I felt like I spent a good amount of time with my husband during the wedding. I didn't feel like, oh, I didn't see him all day and all stuff. Because, you know, I've heard, you know, a lot of, you know, people that are now married and have their wedding and all of that, they talk about how little time how they spend together, and to realize, you know, this is the most special day of our lives, and we get so caught up in saying hi to this person and hi to that person that we forget about, you know, you forget about your significant other, about your spouse. You forget, you know, to have your moment together and all of that. So I have a friend, and she shared this story with me that when she got married, she spent so much time catering to her guests, making sure they're fine. Do you have a drink? Did you eat this and that? She got caught up in all of that, you guys, and she told me that she only danced one time on her wedding night. She only danced one time, and after that she didn't dance because she said she was so caught up in making sure her guests were fine that she forgot about just having fun. And I was like, wow, that kind of scarred me. I'm like, ooh, I don't want that to happen to me. So, and my bridesmaids were really good at just making sure that everything was fine, and that if they saw some type of like worry on my face, like they came quick to attend me and like, hey, you know, what do you need and all that. So get yourself some good bridesmaids, or you need someone the day of your wedding, your go-to person, that if something goes wrong, they go and fix it for you, because you cannot be running everywhere, especially if, you know, with your dress and all stuff, and be stressed out for the littlest things. But yeah, I enjoyed all of my wedding. I had fun. When I think back on it, all I think about was just dancing, being with my husband, and being with my family and eating. And my beautiful ceremony. I definitely did enjoy my ceremony, but that's all like I remember. And it's good, you know, it's good, it feels good, and have peace in my heart. Enjoy knowing that I enjoyed the most important day of my life. I love how everything turned out. I loved the decoration. I loved just everything, and a lot of people told me that they had fun, so you know, that also I didn't cater to them as I wish I would have, because I'm just, you know, a person who just caters a lot to people, so that was kind of a struggle for me. But you know, I try to tell myself, you know, hey, you know, it's about you today, enjoy, and all of that. So but yeah, that's pretty much all, you guys. I don't have any crazy story that I can say, but that's pretty much all. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the details of my dress. So for this part of the dress, it did not come like this. I actually got it altered. I wanted something strapless, so I had to say bye to the mesh, so I went ahead and cut all of it. I also just loved all of the little details on this dress. I loved all of the beading. I can only imagine how many hours it took to make this dress. I love all of the little detail. That's what made me fall in love with this dress. But as you guys can see, it has all of this little detail on it, that when you see it from afar, it's just, you can only appreciate wedding dresses, honestly, when you're this close to them. And this is exactly why I chose mine. I loved the detailing. It had sparkle all over, you know, the front part of the dress, and the detailing just followed all through. And of course, as you guys can see, it has lace as well all over the dress. And if you see here at the bottom of the front of the dress, as you can see, it did have lace as well. And this is how the dress was surrounded all over, even on the tail. It ended with lace as well. But I loved that the detailing of the dress didn't stop at a certain point, but it continued throughout the whole dress, and that's exactly what I loved, and this is exactly why I chose this dress. I absolutely love it. Now going to the back part of the dress as well, same detailing, lace all over the dress. This dress did come with 5 or 6 different layers. So the outer layer was lace. The one beneath it was just all different. I don't know if I'll be including a clip for that. I don't know if you guys would want to see that, but it did come with a lot of different types of layers. And that's, if you guys would come through this camera and carry my dress, it's super, super heavy. I also went ahead and recorded a little clip for you guys for my veil. Have a cathedral veil. I wanted the longest that they had. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of the video. If you have stuck through it all, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. I see it. If you have not subscribed, hit the subscription button and hit the notifications button right next to it so you know when I post a new video.
I was like licking my lips the whole time, guys. Sorry, I have chapped lips.
I'm thinking if I should like wax or shave all these hairs that I have here in the front.
But then at the same time, I'm just like, nah, honey, God made me this way. You know what I'm saying?
And remember, God is good all the time. Bye!